to close this thing.
That is true. I mean, he is farther ahead in the polls, and Huckabee took the opportunity to go out pheasant hunting today with his gun in his hand, and people asked,
"Where does that stand on the order of manhood? Is that does that make you macho, or is it above a varmint level?"
You should go shoot a boar if you want to really be manly.
He is trying to appeal to the more rural areas of Iowa, and I think it's also a subtle dig. Here's the pictures of him. A subtle dig, of course, at Mitt Romney, who had claimed that he had had the endorsement of the NRA. Who had claimed that he had been a lifelong hunter, but was actually later admitted he hunted
you're not
varmint.
a lock and load guy like Pat Buchanan. I remember Pat was pulling the Charlton Heston line back when he ran, waving that rifle in the air. I think it was your downfall, but that's all right, Gene. Gunplay, is that the new standard now? You got to be Second Amendment in fact, not just in theory?
Well, I think that's been true in the Republican Party for a while, really. It's just Romney just kind of screwed it up a bit.
Yeah, show the weapon.
Show the weapon and show that you know how to use it and clean it and you know, keep it safe. But you know, I wonder, the thing I wonder about Huckabee is whether, you know, he might fade a little bit as people get to know him. He's a very unusual guy and a very
well, you
unusual
said, Pat, he's skipping New Hampshire as if that's a strategy. He wouldn't do well in New Hampshire. You won New Hampshire, Pat. New Hampshire is gritty, it's maverick, it's not over there culturally with the cultural right.
You're exactly right, but here's what Edwards isn't going to win New Hampshire, he knows it, and Huckabee's growing a little bit. He could run third in New Hampshire if he wins Iowa, but his key contest, if he wins South Carolina, Chris, he wins it, because he'll win Florida the next week, and I don't think anyone will stop him then.
No one will stop Huckabee?
If he wins South Carolina and Florida. Listen, about the gun, Chris.
This is planetary information. You believe that Huckabee is a plausible Republican nominee for president. You believe that?
I think Huckabee, look, if he wins South Carolina and Florida, these guys that think Rudy's got a big base in California and New York and the rest of it, they will not believe how it will evaporate if he doesn't win a primary or a caucus before he gets out there. It'll be gone.
I just want to know, Chris, when you're going to put up the breaking news banner on the...
I'm stunned.
But Pat, listen, Pat makes an interesting point, and that is Giuliani is banking on this Florida strategy, winning big in Florida. But if you've seen the most recent Florida polls, he has lost. He is falling apart, and Pat is right, and Huckabee has gained ground.
Huckabee, if Huckabee gets the nomination, he's going to be at war with the Republican establishment. I just don't see the Republican establishment backing him.
I grew up with.
We're counting on Hillary to bring us all together.
Okay, maybe it will, and we'll unite against that. Who knows, Pat? You may be right. You often are. Thank you, Gene Robinson. Thank you, Pat Buchanan. Thank you, Nora O'Donnell. Join us again.